from the thoughts of that, the comments from that retired principal about
Uh-huh.
starting at the infant schools, I think that that would be pointing to something that is important. And here's what I would say to the Ministry of Justice: do not hog up the training, the restorative justice training. Allow it, let it go. There are teachers colleges across the island, several teachers colleges. They need to become involved in the training, so each teacher going out is also trained and equipped, and not just within the teachers colleges, the other universities too. How do we get the persons going out to become exposed to especially institutions where are professional areas that have to do with the engagement of people? Those are that's a good start in my view. So I would say open up the training, allow other players to become involved, widen the base, and so that more persons can be covered with the understanding and the application of restorative practices.
The child is father of the man, so said William Wordsworth. And I think if there is no further question from Mr. Bennett, I will be looking towards wrapping up this very inspiring and very research-based day of activity before I turn over. And I will now turn over to Dr.
Doctor, hold just finally from me. And pardon me if I go back to the keynote speaker, but there was a comment there that the attendant highlighted that resilience is like the blood that runs through Jamaica. And the person cited how persons from downtown are resilient in terms of what they do in order to be fashionable and to be marketable. So if we are to look for examples, then we have examples around us. Even sometimes we tend to use social labels to camouflage these creative energies, which are powers of resilience. That's my final comment.
Well said, sir. Well said. And so at this time,
permitted, please, to make one final point.
Sure. Go right on.
You know, we spoke about being able to express our feelings as a crucial part of restorative practices. And I want to close with saying Michael Jackson did a song some years ago that says, I am starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And for us as adults, someone commented that many of us did not grow up learning to express our feelings. And we see it now. If I say, Courtney, how are you feeling? I am blessed and highly favored. That has nothing to do with feeling. That is a thought. So my challenge to all of us on this platform and those who are listening is begin with the man in the mirror. Ensure that you begin that discussion with yourself. When asked about feelings, express feelings. Focus on relationships. And so when we get to training persons in restorative practices, it will become easier. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gabidan Swift. I wonder if Dr. Swaby, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but the other two panelists have given their closing remarks. I want to say courtesy to you as well.
That was
Dr. Thomas, rather, Dr. Thomas.
Yeah, so in closing, certainly, I would say we have come to a point in our life where certainly within our education system we can find something that I believe has a remarkable potential to impact the way we engage, the way we deal, the way we treat with social issues, conflicts, we settle differences. The packaging is good, as I said before, and I really want to encourage its application, widespread application, and the support for it across the island, not just in small tokenary ways, but where the support is officially established, and so that what the significant transformation in how we are, in our attitude, because restorative practices affect how you think, and it affects your feeling and attitude about people and situations, and the accountability that it breeds into how you engage your own behavior. So that would help us to change, and if that begins in early education, early childhood education, I believe that it will have a meaningful impact in our future.
Oh boy. I wish we could continue this for the remainder of the day and the next day and the next day and forever. What a privilege I've had today to facilitate this very inspirational conversation from these three distinguished panelists, Dr. Gabardine Swift, Dr. Megan Swaby, and Reverend Courtney Thomas. Thank you so very much indeed for sharing. And Mr. Franklin Bennett, thank you for being the catalyst in bridging that audience with the panelists today and giving us those comments and views and asking those questions on behalf of the wider audience. Thank you so very much, everyone, for your participation. And I've learned so much. I feel so proud in being a Jamaican, rubbing shoulders with such great intellectuals today. Thank you, Dr. Gordon, for the opportunity. And now I turn over to you, sir, for your closing remarks.
Exactly, closing remarks as yet. We want to get them out of here with some entertainment from someone very special. But before we do that, I'd just like to use this opportunity to thank you, Dr. Colin Wolf, for doing such a stellar job in facilitating that segment. And my Jamaican surrogate, Mr. Coconut. In Jamaica, you can get so much from the coconut. Now, the new name for Mr. Franklin Bennett is Mr. Coconut, because you can use the husk, you can use the water, you can use the meat, etc. Thank you for standing in the gap for all of us. And didn't we have such an exemplary a panelist? I'm so into restorative justice, and I just bought a whole course on it, which I'm going to be reading up and studying, becoming conversant with the topic. You guys did such an excellent job, and thank you so much for that. Let's just give them a hand, everybody. All righty, so I have my my colleague here with me. Let me bring her on. Hi, how you doing, Dr. Sharian? On mute, please. Don't go, guys. Don't leave. We're not ready to go yet. We have the icing on the cake coming up. Yeah. So how you doing? How do you enjoy today, Dr. Sharian?
I have been able to listen in for parts of it. So I'm just like to be able to close it out for today. Very exciting and informative sessions.
Just before, I just like to say, just before you, this conference was co-chaired by Andrea Thomas, Dr. Sharon Demetrius, and myself. So we worked collaboratively in this regard, in conjunction with the planning team, both from folks within the diaspora and large numbers of individuals in Jamaica. So it's a collaborative effort of all of us. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharian. I have the. Do you have the information on our?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So I would like to present Ms. Sophia Nicholson, who is an actress, TV host, media personality. She's a native Jamaican who resides in the South Florida area. She's currently the host of The Culture Zone, aired on IrieTimeTV.com, and a storyteller on the Caribbean Edge Kids, a Facebook live stream program. Sophia specializes in voiceovers, print and video commercials, news anchor for radio, and records audiobooks, lectures for nursing institutions. In addition, she's an event coordinator, poetry performer, a host for cultural events and charitable organizations, both here and abroad. Sophia volunteers with many charitable organizations in the South Florida area. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present Sophia Nicholson.
Hello, everybody. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I won't get that chorus because we're on Zoom and most people are muted. But good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Dr. Noel Gordon earlier had said, when it's Patois, they have to observe any protocol. But from where me come from, good morning, Odi and thank you, but no square. So greetings and greetings and greetings. Okay, I'm going to get right into it because time is of essence. This piece I'm going to do for you is from one of our cultural icons. Everybody know her because we used to get beaten for talk like she, or rather get beaten not to talk like she. Her name is Louise Bennett. So this piece is called New Scholar by Louise Bennett, and I think it's appropriate to let you know back in the day, our restorative form of punishment was a whole heap of beating, but it changed. I rest my case. Well, today, New Scholar by Louise Bennett. Good morning, teacher. How is you? My name is Sarah Poole. This is Finny little boy Michael, and me just bring him to school. In born one rainy day, ma'am, it was coming on tonight. Ugly baby grew pretty for true far. This one was a sight. In born the week when Rufus jackfruit tree did start for beer. Is that same month Bobby Pig did dead? But I forget the year. We call him Mike, Mikey, Jake, Jakey, Jacob Jack. But his rightful name is Michael Jacob Alexander Black. Not treat him rough, your teacher. He is a sickly child. As you touch him hard, he make nice. Some people saying poil. Take time with him, your teacher. If he rude and start to rave, just beat another little boy and he will frighten and behave. For enough time when he rude a yard and won't hear me at all, me just beat the bedpost hard and you want to hear Jack ball. Now that you know in little ways, I'm not having no fear that anything will mail him, so I left him in your care. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you.
That was absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, Ms. Nicholson, for sharing with us. It has indeed been a pleasure, reminding us sometimes why we teach, why we take those little ones in and we love them and take care of them and teach them at the same time. Thank you again.
Thank you, and take time with him. Me gone. Ay, ay, ay.
I have the distinguished pleasure of closing out with you this afternoon. I know you have had the chance to eat some rice. Some of it was hot, might have burnt your tongue, but you survived. What a day of learning it has been. We have been able to encourage to connect with our feelings, to be able to express those feelings, to ensure that we build those skills that would make us resilient individuals. We were encouraged to build capacity within ourselves and as leaders to build capacity in the people we work with and the people we guide. We're encouraged to enhance and to embrace inclusive practice. And at the same time as we do that, to ensure that there is equity. I'm sure that you might still have wonderings. What if? How do I do this? And so I encourage you as we come to the close of the session to join us tomorrow morning again, because the rice is going to be served. It's going to be hot and it's going to be ready for you to glean, to to pull from so that you may have an effective school year. For those of us who joined in today, thank you so much. For our individuals who brought greetings, thank you. For those people who serve on the panels, thank you for your thoughts, for your sharing just your own practices. What are some things that have worked well for you, and encouraging us to dig deep into ourselves, to pull those ideas out and to use them in our classroom. I encourage you to tomorrow morning to join us at 8 a.m. for our presenters. Remember to join us on Zoom for mic check half an hour earlier on. And so that will be 7:30 Jamaican time, 8:30, those who are over here in the States, for mic check, camera check, and so forth. With that, I want to bid you a good afternoon, unless Dr. Noel has something else to share.
That's it. Goodbye. See you tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow.